Deep below the surface, where sunlight dissolves into green, something waits in the dark. No bones, no shell, no face like ours. Yet when you meet its eyes, you feel the unsettling sense that something is looking back. An octopus, 3 hearts ticking in a soft, shape-shifting body, blue blood sliding through veins, arms that taste, touch, and think. For most of our history, we believed minds needed familiar hardware. A spine, a skull, a brain packed neatly in one place. But down here, in the quiet water, that idea begins to fall apart. An octopus can pour itself through a hole the size of its eye. It can vanish into background, matching color, texture, even the play of light. And somehow, inside this fluid body, decisions are made, plans are formed, tricks are invented. It opens jars, unscrews valves, sneaks from tanks at night, and returns before dawn. Is this just reflex? Or is there something like intention, moving behind those pupils, black and horizontal like a slit in the sea? If we want to understand consciousness, we could keep staring into our own brains, searching for ourselves in ourselves. Or we could come here, to a creature separated from us by 500 million years of evolution. The octopus mind is not a variation on ours. It is a different answer to the same question. To follow it, we have to let go of what a mind is supposed to look like and start with how this one is built. Lift an octopus from the water, and you are holding more nervous system than a dog contains, roughly 500 million neurons. But here's the strange part. Most of them are not in its head. 2/3 reside in the arms, packed into chains of ganglia running down each limb. Tiny processing centers, wired directly to suckers that taste and grip. Each arm can coordinate complex movements without waiting for instructions from a central brain. An arm explores a rock crevice, tests texture, samples scent dissolved in seawater. Local decisions are made on the spot. The result is less like a puppet with strings, and more like 8 semi-independent agents, loosely supervised by a central command. Touch an octopus on one arm, and that limb may recoil before the main brain is fully involved. Yet the whole animal still flows as one. Arms negotiate space, avoid tangling, share information. This is not a mind sealed in a skull. It is a mind extended through flesh, spread into a liquid body. Biologists call this embodiment, cognition rooted in the form and movement of the body itself. For the octopus, body is mind. Its nervous system blurs lines. We treat as solid, where brain ends, where self begins, what counts as me, and what is just muscle. If a creature can think with its arms, what exactly is a thought? To answer, we must watch what those thoughts can do. In laboratories and aquariums, octopuses turn simple tanks into testing grounds for intelligence. A screw-top jar with a crab inside becomes a puzzle. The octopus feels the ridges, tries, fails, tries again. Then one day, the lid turns. From then on, the problem is trivial. Different jar, same trick. It remembers. Octopuses have solved mazes, chosen symbols to find rewards, and distinguished between shapes and patterns they have never seen before. Keepers tell stories. An octopus that learns which person brings food, and which only cleans the glass, greeting one with color, the other with a jet of water. Individuals show temperaments: bold, shy, curious, reclusive. Some steal equipment, some play with floating objects, repeatedly releasing and catching them, like a child with a ball. Is this play? The word sits uneasily in science. Yet many researchers, after years beside the tanks, quietly use it anyway. All this from an animal that lives in many species for barely 2 years. No long childhood, no time to learn from parents. Most of what an octopus does, it must discover within a single brief life. A fast, solitary experiment in problem solving. If such a mind can emerge in a body so unlike our own, in so little time, what does that say about the ingredients needed for a conscious life? To understand, we have to slip even deeper into how an octopus senses and becomes its world. Watch an octopus resting on the seafloor. At first, you might not see it at all. Skin flows from smooth to pebbled in seconds, copying the stones beneath it. Pigment cells, chromatophores, expand and contract in layered patterns, painting rock, sand, algae, shadow. Beneath them, reflective structures called iridophores shift iridescent greens and blues, echoing the shimmer of filtered light. The animal is not just wearing camouflage. It is camouflage, thought turned outward as color and texture. Electrical storms from the brain ripple through the skin in waves of pattern to a passing fish. The octopus is gone, but something stranger hides here. Octopus skin carries light-sensitive proteins, similar to those in eyes. Patches of the body seem able to respond directly to brightness and contrast. Even when eyes are covered, it is as if parts of the body can see without seeing, turning the entire surface into a living, reactive screen. Where, then, does perception happen? Is vision in the eyes, in the brain that interprets signals, or in the skin that responds on its own? For us, the boundary between body and world feels sharp. For an octopus, that border blurs. Its shape, color, and texture shift to meet the environment, moment by moment. A mind that can rewrite its own body as easily as we move a hand forces a deeper question. If your form is always changing, what does it mean to be the same self from one moment to the next? To confront that question, we must finally turn the lens back on us. We search for consciousness by peering into human brains, cortices mapped in color, neurons firing like galaxies of sparks. We ask, which pattern equals awareness? Which region makes a self? But the octopus teaches that there may be many architectures for experience. Ours, a centralized brain, locked in bone, fed by senses at the edges. Theirs, a distributed network, arms and skin woven into thinking, body and world tightly looped. Both solve the same problem: how to act in a complex, changing environment. If consciousness is only what it feels like to be such a system from the inside, then why assume only one design can host it? Octopuses force us to separate intelligence from language, from tools, from culture like ours. They suggest that feeling, choosing, perhaps even wondering, might arise wherever matter organizes into flexible, learning bodies. And yet we cannot step inside their experience. We do not know what it is like to sense the world through hundreds of tasting suckers, to see your own body erase and redraw itself with thought. We can only circle the question, mapping neurons, recording behavior, measuring signals. Still, a possibility lingers. If minds can take such alien forms on Earth, what shapes might they take elsewhere in the universe? Before we look to the stars, one more mystery waits. Here in the dark water, time itself, an octopus hatches, no larger than a grain of rice. Within months, it will grow, learn, solve problems, reshape its world, and then it will die. Most octopus lives are brief sparks in the ocean. No generations teaching the young, no accumulated culture to inherit. Yet in that narrow window, something rich unfolds. Experiments in escape, choices between curiosity and caution, moments that look like mischief, or exploration, or perhaps something we have no word for. Consciousness, in our own case, often feels tied to long biographies, to memories stacked over decades. The octopus suggests it may also burn bright and fast, a sharp intelligence, written into a single, fleeting life. We are only beginning to understand how far this lesson reaches. How many other minds on this planet are we failing to see because they do not look like ours? If a soft body with no bones, a brain spread into 8 arms, and skin that thinks in color can host a complex inner life, then perhaps nothing about consciousness makes sense until we stop assuming we are the measure of it. Somewhere in the dark, an octopus slips back into its den, curling arms like questions around its body. We can watch, we can measure, but the final mystery remains. When it looks out at us, through that unblinking, alien eye, is there someone in there, wondering what we are?